Hello. Okay, so I'm doing something a little different today. I'm actually just going to do half of my face, just to kind of show you, like, instead of doing like a before and after, like really showing you like the coverage on one side versus the other. Both of my sides of my faces are pretty similar as far as like any acne or breakouts, redness. It's pretty even as far as like what one side looks like versus the other. So you will be able to see the coverage that I get. I also just got a spray tan, and let me say it's the first spray tan I've ever had in 31 years. And I'm loving it, but you will still see, even though you don't see it right now, that there is some red pigment in my skin that you will see once I get the coverage. If I didn't have a spray tan, you would definitely see it, but it is still there a little bit. So I'm going to use two brushes, which are my absolute favorite brushes. I'm using the Detail HAC. The reason I like this is because it is perfect for contour. It literally puts your contour exactly where you need it. And then I like this side of the brush because it is a smaller brush. It's a little bit more dense, so it does really good when you're trying to put certain colors in certain areas and you really want to be a little bit more precise. So I like that brush for that reason. And then this brush is just good for blending. It's good for bronzer. It's like, honestly, it's so good for everything. So these are the two brushes that I'm using. And if you are new to Saint, I am using my 3D palette. So everything is customizable to my skin tone. Everything is magnetic. So it pops in and it pops out. You only have to replace what you need. So if like I'm almost done with this tin, once I'm done with it, I pop it out, throw it away, and just go online and purchase what I need. So easy peasy. So let's go ahead and get started. The only thing I have on right now is I did my brows and I have a little bit of mascara on, and that is it. So I'm only going to do one layer of makeup. I'm going to start with my Detail HAC brush, and I am going to use, I've actually wanted to go back to olive, but I don't have it in my compact. So we're just going to stick with ash today, which is this one right here. I'm going to use the side of my brush. You can use the side, you can use the top. It is whatever you want. So there's a couple of different ways to do your contour. I'm not trying to do anything too fancy today. So I'm just going to start at the top of my ear and kind of slant down a little underneath that cheekbone. If I was looking to glam it up, I would start a little bit higher and almost go right on that cheekbone to really lift my face. So I'm just going to start where my ear is and just bring it down to about the outer corner of my eye. Keep in mind, this is cream makeup, so it's not going to settle. It's not going to set until you set it. So you have a lot of flexibility as far as fixing it at the end, where with liquids and powders, you don't really have that flexibility because they start to set pretty quickly into your skin. So I'm going to get a little bit more on top of my brush now. And I am putting that contour on the top of my forehead. It's really your preference on how far you come down. What contour is going to do is it's going to create shadows and create dimension on your face. So it will give that illusion that your forehead is a little bit smaller, that you actually have really defined cheekbones, that you may not have a double chin. So obviously, it does wonders. So you can kind of see, and I don't have anything blended out, so just keep that in mind, but you can see that I have this nice shadow that looks like my jawline is defined, whereas over here, you don't really see that. So you see that definition? So that's what it's going to do. I will say, and if you've watched any of my tutorials, you'll know that I say just make sure that you blend in that neck contour. If you're good at remembering, awesome. I'm not. So I like to blend it as soon as I do it. And I just don't see it because it's on my neck. And you don't want to walk out the house with contour not blended on your jaw. Okay, so we have contour on our forehead, on our cheek, jawline. I'm going to use the smaller side of the brush. And I'm just going to do a little bit. My lips are so chapped right now, so I'm not going to really do too much to my lips because I need some good chapstick. But I'm just going to put it right underneath my lip. So you can totally see that it almost looks like this side of my lip is just a little bit more fatter than this side. So once we do both sides, it's gonna give that look that my lips are a little bit more puffy and bigger than they actually are, which is the goal. So I'm gonna go back to the bigger side of my detail hack. I'm just gonna get a little bit on the side of the brush. You only need a little bit. And you can feel on your nose, you have that bone right there, right? So I'm just basically going to like push the product on that bone. That is all I'm doing. And because you really need to see contour on both sides, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side for your nose. Okay? And then just take the smaller side of your detail hack. I need to clean my brushes. I've used this brush so much. And I'm just kind of taking it up to my brow and blending it out just a teeny bit. And because I have this little ball on my nose, I like to just to kind of take it around a little bit, just to make that ball look a little less noticeable. Okay, so we are done with our contour. So let's move on to step 2.